So what we're doing here today is really moving our business sort of closer to the regions, and this is really about, I suppose, doubling down our approach and focus on regional New Zealand. So, you know, making it into 4 regions, putting our management closer to the people out there, and then getting a more of a solid regional view. So, by putting commercial and agri into the one area, so that we don't just stop at the farm gate when we look at that whole sector, but we actually then, a lot of the farmers have got businesses outside the farm gate, so and they're sort of stuck into another part of the bank. So, and what we've found is that this has been it's actually been going on informally out there for some time, whereas people have been having to go into other divisions to get stuff done. And so, you know, after 15 years of having rural structure, which has served us pretty well actually, we think it's actually now time to put it together with commercial, which is getting really good at bringing this whole sort of connection about taking customers offshore. They're getting quite good at that, and we think we need to sort of now actually give the rural customers the opportunity to tap into that as well. So that's probably it. I mean, I should say, because you'll probably ask, I mean, there will be a few jobs that go. We think there'll be around, I mean, obviously, by creating 4 regions, there's actually 1 or 2 new jobs that come out of it, and then well, it's probably more than that. But then, and then if you take away one line of management, obviously you're going to lose some roles. We think there's probably about 15 management roles that will go, and then there's probably another 30 back office management roles that might be affected as a result of that. So this isn't a cost-cutting exercise, because this is about less than half of 1% of our staff in New Zealand. You know, we've got over 9,000 staff, so this isn't about cost-cutting. This is about you know, getting our business set up for what we think is going to be a turn in the economy. And so while things are a little quiet, we want to get ourselves set and pointed in the right direction so we can really participate in the growth of New Zealand.
From the point of view of the farming customers, is the bank that they're going to work with still going to be called National Bank, or is it going to be called ANZ?
Whoever they're with at the moment stays the same. Their relationship manager stays the same. So this is actually sort of management stuff, really. I mean, as far as the customer going into the bank and seeing the person, it'll be the same relationship manager that they've always. There's no change. The customers shouldn't really see any change, but their relationship manager may end up reporting to somebody new in some instances. So, yeah, as far as the customers are concerned, and the frontline staff, no change.
Can you give us an example of how the previous structure was holding you back?
Well, I don't know whether it's. I mean, we have to say it was in place for 15 years, and there's very few structures in any bank around the world that have managed to last for 15 years. And so I think the best way to look at it is it's served us well, but when you look at sort of what's going on in the marketplace and how, you know, when that business started out, New Zealand farming was very different. And in fact, one of the guys I was speaking to this morning from the rural division said, you know, they had less than, I think, 10 accounts over 5 million, and yet today, obviously, a very different picture in the business. So, and then when you look at the way farming's turned, it's also gone from being supplying New Zealand to, you know, half of it going overseas and supplying the world. So look, I think this is really just about playing a bit of catch up and getting it in shape so that we connect it up. I mean, the other thing is that probably over the last 3 years, ANZ's super regional strategy, where we really try and connect up our customers with Asia, is really starting to kick in. So I think also it's just getting it to where it needs to be today. Interestingly, when we briefed the staff on it yesterday and today, they actually said we get it because we've been sort of half doing this already, and this just actually formalises it. So I was pleased to hear that.
How many layers of management actually get taken out here?
It's not actually layers. What it is it's a line. So at the moment we've sort of have a line of people managing business bank in National Bank and a line of people managing business bank in ANZ. And so what we're saying is we'll have one line of management for the region. So For example, if I go down to the Hawke's Bay at the moment, I'll actually see 2 managers, one managing a few National Bank people, one managing a few ANZ people. So what's happening now is there'll be one line of people where the 2 teams feed into. And this is actually how institutional bank and commercial bank have actually been like this for a while. So actually what we're doing here is we're actually finishing off what was started a while back.
But is this model that you're talking about now, is this replicated in any other part of the ANZ business?
I mean, you have to build a model which works for New Zealand. And so it's similar to other parts, but it's not exactly the same, because if you look at New Zealand, you really need, it's sort of a long skinny country, and so you need to have people close to the action, which means having 4 regions down the country, I think is the best way. And what we're doing here is we're really putting our general management team closer to the people in smaller patches so that the decisions can happen faster. And I mean, this whole thing, what we want to do over the next couple of years is about simplification. So taking out bureaucracy where we can, getting out decisions quicker, taking out things that slow anything down. And this is just a step in that process.